QuickEMR allows you to create custom consent forms and send them to patients for signature prior to the scheduled visits. By completing required paperwork in advance, clinics can improve workflow efficiency and reduce time spent on administrative tasks, allowing providers to focus more on patient care. Signed consent forms are also automatically stored in the patient's case file, ensuring secure organization and easy access without the risk of lost documents. To begin, you will first need to create your consent form. To do this, you will first need to navigate to Connect, Portal, Consent Forms. Then, press the Create button to begin adding the new form. The first thing you will want to do is create a title for the consent form. Check the box off for Required if the consent form is required to be signed by the patient. In doing so, the patient will not be able to complete the patient portal until this form is signed. The Special Type menu allows you to assign the consent form to one of the listed special types, which will perform an action once the consent form is signed. For instance, if you mark the form as a signature for assignment of benefits, the system will auto-check that this form was signed within the patient's case. Or if you mark the form as Reminder Subscribe, the system will automatically designate the patient to receive text message reminders on the phone numbers within their case. The next thing you will want to do is fill out the consent form with the body text. If you already have a form written up on your computer, simply copy and paste the text into the text box. You can utilize the markdown characters to stylize your consent form. For instance, adding a £sign before the consent form title will bolden and enlarge the text as the header. Once complete, press the Save button. The consent form has now been created and can be either sent with the patient portal or sent to the patient directly. To have your consent form signed, you can do so through two methods. One is by setting your patient portal to display and collect the consent forms. To do this, simply navigate to Connect, Patient Portal, Settings. Once there, check the box for Display Consent Forms and press Save. Another way is to navigate to the patient's case file and click the Attachments tab. Once there, select the consent form that you would like to have signed and press the Invite button. This will then allow you to either email the consent form to the patient or have them scan the QR code with a mobile device or tablet and sign the form on site. Once the consent forms are signed, they will be saved in the Attachments tab within the Signed Consent Forms box. By clicking on the form, you will be able to see the consent form, the patient's signature, and the date in which it was signed.